Hello, all you hardcore boxing fans out there. How you doing? It's Russ here from Porky's Corner, the biggest gob in sport. We say the things in here that nobody dare say. Thanks for liking and subscribing. Well, what can we say, eh? I hope you like my thumbnail or the profile thumbnail. It's of Flex with his guitar, and he's just about to sing that song that he wrote. Don't forget, this is a grown man in his mid-50s. This grown man in his 50s decided to get up one morning and say, Eddie Hearn's not returning me calls. I think today I'm going to write a song called Looking for Fast Car Eddie, because he just don't answer his phone. Pop, pop, bang. Yeah. So I've got Flex on the profile thumbnail, and we'll just mosey on through while I'm sat here with a cuppa early in the morning. I see the scripts are being wrote, aren't they, really, for Tony the Bellew and Nigel. I'm a big pal of Dennis Hobson's Farage. Old Nigel Farage, he loves it in Jersey, don't you, Nige? Well, Bellew and Farage, from what I'm hearing, they're going to get at it. And I'm a celebrity, get me out of it. That's if Bellew even turns up, but he will. He will. He needs the money. Not everybody can be Mr. Big Time Property Man, can they, in boxing? You need a few brain cells in your head if you're going to get involved in properties, trust me. You best have been a builder, Tony. It's a lot cheaper, pop, pop, bang. But it is what it is. The rest of them in I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, I don't even recognize them. I don't even recognize them at all. Don't recognize them. And probably nobody else will. I mean, I got that one wrong. It's Britney Spears' sister, not a mother, that's in it. But either way, does anybody recognise any of them? And the word is hardly any of them are getting paid now anyway. They're doing it on cheap. They've realised that if you get in jungle, you're set up for life, aren't you? I mean, they set people like Kerry Katona up, don't they, and Katie Price. I mean, Dossers, Dossers with kids all over the place. Do you know what I mean? They're setting them up for life. So what's happened now? They're saying, let's rein it in a little bit. These people are milking it. Let's just pay them less money and they're in it for opportunity. So all them basically that are in it, they're not the big stars like we used to get. Is there a big star in that? It's like a Z-lister's job, isn't it? I remember years ago, you get big stars in there. They were even talking about putting Beckham's in there at one point, weren't they? Mick Jagger. And look who we've got in now. We've already had half a Towie in there, haven't we? And it's scraping the barrel, isn't it? Really, it's scraping the barrel, but it is what it is. Do I see Bellew winning it? Well, Bellew's a bit like John Fury, isn't he? And Tyson Fury and Eddie Hills. He knows how to play the game. Looking at a man here, Tony Bellew, right? He's a British, Commonwealth, European, and a world champion, but every single belt is vacant. Now, you'd have thought after he got to like the European title that somebody might have said to him, hey, come on, Tony. Can't keep picking up these vacant belts all the time. But now he still just kept going. No shame of it. No shame whatsoever. He realised he couldn't beat Stevenson for WBC. So only way by hook or by crook was to get a vacant belt, wasn't it? Bit crazy. But what can you do? Uh, he's in the mix, isn't he? Tony Bellew is in the mix. So, but it is what it is, isn't it? It's I don't know how Tony's got in there. He's got in there by cat flap, hasn't he, really? But he's done it, hasn't he? Don't underestimate Tony the Bell Bellew. He's had he's had a part in two Rocky films or two Creed films, part of the Rocky nine film franchise. I mean, how he pulled that off. I don't know because he's not beat a champion, but Tony Bellew gets it. He gets it. When the Cobra knocked SAS back, he was straight in there like a rat up a drain pipe. He was straight in there for a few quid. There's no messing about there. There's no messing whatsoever. Where there's a pound note, there's Tony Bellew turning up. So he needs his daily fame fixed, don't you, Tone? So we're going to wish Tone all the best going into the jungle. He's been in SAS, so it's not really to him, innit? But let's hope that Nigel Farage pulls him when he's in the jungle and he says, "Here, Tone, how do you sleep at night knowing that you never took a belt off a champion?" Because no YouTubers will ask him, will they? A bit like Gareth A. Davis. I've been having a chip at Gareth A. Davis for a few months now to mention the name Stan McDermott. And what did he go and do on TalkSport? He mentioned Stan McDermott's name. I stood up. I stood up in my front room and I thought, oh my God, he's going to tell the tale about Stan McDermott knocking out Terry O'Connor. And Terry O'Connor was the judge in a 10-round English title fight between John McDermott, Stan's son, and Tyson Fury. And Stan's son, John McDermott, flogged the big GK, the big Gypsy King, Tyson Fury. Flogged him over 10 rounds like he was his daddy. Flogged him on the spot. So the gad jumps on TalkSport and he's telling the tale, isn't he, about Stan McDermott and this and that and John McDermott. But then you went down another avenue, didn't you, Gad? So it's gonna be left to yours truly to tell the tale. Innit? I mean, I know that's pretty harsh of me and that, innit? But I feel that I have to correct these people on their mistakes because they genuinely know they're doing it. But when the Gad were telling that story, he chickened out halfway through, didn't you, Gad? Because he's not allowed to say that Tyson Fury has been beat. Hey, Gad, you know you can't say that. The Gad cannot say that at all. He can't say it, but it's one of them things, isn't it? It's one of them things, right? 6th of December, 1977. So that's 46 years ago. Stan McDermott iced Terry O'Connor. Stan McDermott, 15 stone 5.5, iced Terry O'Connor, 15 stone 8.5. At the Royal Albert Hall, Kensington, London. And the promoter was Mike Barrett. Charlie Magri was on the card. Hey, Charlie Magri fighting Dave Smith. Yeah, Stan McDermott and Terry O'Connor were on the card as well. So, but yeah, Charlie Magri won British flyweight title 1977. Good old Charlie Magri. Magri. John L. Gardner from down south, I think. He lives up north now. He won Southern area. He went on to beat Paul Sykes for British him. His daughter Charlie goes out with my mate Kruger. She got a kid to my mate Kruger from Donny. So, but John L. Gardner, he was 24-1. He beat Denton Ruddock. Cornelius Bowser Edwards. Remember him, don't we? He ended up out at Mayweather gym, didn't he? And he trains out there, but he ended up winning the world title. And then he Cornelius Bowser Edwards. He were on the card as well. So, and Stan McDermott iced Terry O'Connor. 1-0 and a draw. Stan McDermott put Terry O'Connor on button moon. Hey, and then years later, what happens? Well, you know what happens, don't you? Tyson Fury and John McDermott fight, don't they? Now, what I want to know about this is simple, right? How can John McDermott's have a referee in the fight that's Terry O'Connor that got knocked out by John McDermott's dad. Why didn't Frank Maloney complain about this? Hey, why didn't Frank Maloney complain about this? Don't forget, this is like 33 years later. 33 years later. In fact, no, it's 32 years later. 32 years later, sorry. 32 years later. Fury only weighed 247 that night. 247, Fury. Unbelievable. At Brentwood Centre, Brentwood. English title. Points win for Fury, but not only did Terry O'Connor have the scores shockingly to Tyson Fury by 6 rounds, everybody in the arena, even the Fury fans, thought that they'd read it out wrong and that it was 98-92 to McDermott. Do you know what I mean? Frank Maloney had a heart attack in the ring. That's a true story. One of the worst nights for British boxing. Like I said, that's a true story. That's a true story. Oh, it is what it is, isn't it? But like I said, I can assure you that John McDermott won that fight. If that fight had gone how it should have done, we might not have had a Tyson Fury career like we've had. But they need to thank Terry O'Connor for that. Because how on earth the British Boxing Board of Control can slip in a man, let me repeat that again, we've got a man here refereeing a very important title fight, one of the level belts, area, English, British, Commonwealth, European, world. The second level belt, area, English, an English title fight. The referee and sole judge is Terry O'Connor, and one of the combatants in the fight, Stan McDermott. 33 years later, his dad put the referee judge on the moon, button moon. Hey, so Roberto Smith, you do make mistakes, just like you made an admin error with Gary Sykes' belt. He's an outright winner of that belt. You know that, Smith, and I know that. Mistakes happen. It's just a clerical error. We're not people in boxing industry who fought and write about it. They're not, university graduates, are they? You made a mistake, and you won't talk about that one, will you, at McDermott Fury, about how O'Connor were referee and sole judge. Well, it's the same thing with Gary Sykes' belt, isn't it, Roberto Smith? Mistakes happen. All right? So peace out, keep on trucking, keep sporting boxing. Don't have nightmares, Dominic Ingle, about singing that song with that guitar. You get it sung, lad. You get it sung for your supper. Because you'll be busking it next few years. Go on, pop, pop, bang. Peace out. Thanks for liking and subscribing and leaving a comment. Booyaka.